This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Alright, so we're going to jump in now to our very first Strixhaven draft. Before I do, I want to remind everyone that Card Kingdom sponsors my content. You can pre-order Strixhaven there right now. Soon you'll be able to order Strixhaven, sealed product, and singles, so check them out. You can find a link in the description to do so if you're on YouTube, or the logo below on Twitch. Okay, ooh. Alright, so this is a pretty powerful pack overall, so we definitely take Mila / Luca. It's just really strong. Even if you can only play one side, that side's really good. You want to play both, ideally, but, you know, it is really good. It's one of the best cards in the whole set, so it is what we're going to take. But we've also got Counterspell, which is always nice. Master Symmetrist as well. I think all of those cards, those three cards, are all things you feel pretty good about first picking. Thank you for the sub, Zanguy, for the resub. So yeah, I'll take Mila here. Yeah, Luca is from Ikoria. And so is his dog, Mila. Ooh. Okay. So I'm kind of tempted to just take Quintorius here and see if we can just jam Lorehold. That is the color. That is the one I'm the most excited about. We do also have Frost Trickster, which is an incredible common. And really good, and, you know, this is like my kind of card. But I'm really considering going with Quintorius here and seeing if we can be red-white. I do think Trickster is great, but Quintorius is a crazy value engine. So, yeah, we've also got some good lesson, a good lesson here in Elemental Companion, but, or Summoning or whatever. Let's start our first draft by taking the Mythic Rare for Lorehold. Well, the non-dragon one. And the Signpost uncommon, the Key Signpost legendary creature. Let's do it. Okay, well, Gift of Estates isn't bad. You can set up some nice things. Make sure you hit your land drops. It can be kind of a dead card sometimes, but it's not terrible. Lorehold Pledge Mage is pretty good if we get some spells going. That's for sure. So, yeah, we've got a good lesson here, but I don't really think I want to grab it. Sloth versus Platypus, there's no way for me to know which deck is the first, second, or third tier. I don't usually think of Limited quite like that anyway, but, you know, this is literally my first draft. Mage Duel is also really good, but I think we're looking at Gift Estates or Lorehold Pledge Mage. I'm leaning towards the Pledge Mage. Yeah, it's a nice little aggressive card. Creative Outburst is sweet. That deck, Blue-Red and Red-White are probably the ones I'm most excited about in this format, just because they both seem so wacky. So yeah. So, okay. It's not looking promising in terms of what we wanted to be open being open. I mean, Enthusiastic Study, Twin Scroll Shaman are not that good. Pest Summoning is quite good, and it may be what we take here. You know, we may just end up not being red-white at all. Pest Summoning is a really good lesson. Lash of Malice is pretty good, too. The Silverquill Pledge Mage isn't bad. Mage Duel is also quite good, actually. Do I want a lesson more than I want a Mage Duel? I mean, Enthusiastic Study is not terrible, but it is such a mediocre trick, even with Learn tacked on, that I think I'd rather take one of these significantly better cards. Let's go with the Duel. Ooh, Secret Rendezvous. Oh, Combat Professor's here. Another Frost Trickster, though, too. Jeez. These are two of the best commons in the set, I think, especially that aren't, like, removal. I'm probably going to take the Combat Professor. It's more likely to make our deck at this point, and it's pretty good. Frost Trickster is better, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't... Unless that other... Man, if that other one wheels, we're going to really regret not taking this one, but Combat Professor, I think, is good enough that we just take it here. And there's another one, and I think we just take that too. Claim's not very good in this format, unless you combine it with, you know, if you have a few Novice Dissectors, go for it, but other than that. So yeah, I'll take Combat Professor here, number 2. Okay, so I don't love Luminancer. You have to be a pretty heavy spell deck to make it work. Star Pupil, Beaming Defiance. These are fine things. This is my first draft of Strixhaven, yeah. Lash of Malice is pretty good too. We're not that likely to be able to do plus and plus one counter things, so I kind of doubt we want the Star Pupil. I'm going to take Pest Summoning here, I think, for our lesson plan, you know, our sideboard, in case, you know, that comes up. Here's another decent lesson. Yeah, so 3 decent but unexciting black-white cards are here. We've also got Environmental Sciences, which is a lesson that helps you splash. Mage Hunter's Onslaught and Bury in Books are definitely the best cards here. Pillar Drop Warden, not going to be great in this deck. It feels more like it's for blue-red. I think we take the Onslaught here. Introduction to Prophecy is not terrible. Nor is Start from Scratch. You know, Eager First Year and Enthusiastic Study are both fine too. That's for sure. So far, we're not really doing anything to make our Quintorius like do a thing, which is less than ideal, but I think we'll get there. Yeah. I think I'm going to take the red lesson here. Okay, well, Guiding Voice isn't bad. I think it's probably what we want to grab. Fuming Effigy is pretty good, but I'm not entirely convinced we're going to be red right now, like the way things have panned out. So I don't think I'm going to take it. We haven't taken any mono red cards yet, so I think we'll grab Guiding Voice. It's a decent little learn card. Okay, so I think we'll take Gift of Estates here. And I think we'll take a Pest Summoning here. I could just take Lash of Malice. Right now we have a Pest Summoning and a Start from Scratch. Yeah, let's take the Lash. If we're going to be black-white, you know, that's not too bad. Yeah, neither of these are very good. I don't really want Novice Dissector, but I guess I want it more than I want Thrilling Discovery. Yeah, there's that Luminancer. If you could find a way to set up Luminancer, it's pretty sweet, but it's not that easy. Okay, so we've got Weather the Storm, which I think is very build-aroundy, but probably actually serves a purpose. We've got Lorehold Excavation, which can set up a lot of stuff for us, but so far there's not really a reason for us to be setting our stuff up. Return Pass Caller is great. I'm just worried red's not open enough for us to be red-white. That's really how it felt in that first pack. We're leaning a little more into the direction of black-white now. So, you know, I think Return Pass Callers probably is the best card here, and I think it's what I take, and we see if red-white is a thing. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're getting all the gold cards for red-white, but none of the monocolored ones. Okay, so Inkling Summoning is a really good lesson. So I'm pretty interested in that. Don't think we want Defiant Strike at this point. Yeah, the red cards here aren't great. So, yeah. I think we go with Inkling Summoning here. So, yeah, I mean, I really feel like we're not going to be, like, legit red-white the way this is panning out. I think we're going a different direction, probably black-white. This pack's not great for either of those decks, I don't think. I guess it's not great in general. I mean, these two blue-red cards are pretty good. So we're either looking at Eager First Year or Arrogant Poet, both of which are fine 2-drops. I think I like the Poet a little bit more than Eager First Year. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's sad. I mean, we're still going to play the Mila, obviously, and we can try to splash to play the other side, but red just does not feel very open to me. Well, we're not going to completely give up on it because we do have some good stuff, but yeah. So Pledge Mage is fine. It's probably what I take here over like Stonerise Spirit. Yeah, Expanded Anatomy, kind of on the radar there, but I do like Zephyr Boots a fair bit. Do have another Arrogant Poet, but I think we grab a Zephyr Boots here. Yeah. Yeah, that's where we're going to go. It's a nice little equipment. You know, there's not a lot of it in this set, but it's a pretty good one. Okay. Do we want another start from scratch? I believe we've already got one. We're probably not desperate for another one. Blood Age General, you know, if we end up in red-white, could be the pick, but it doesn't feel like we're going to end up there. I think we're going to be a black-white aggro deck, most likely. So let's take the Fanatic here. So another Lash of Malice. It's probably what I just want to take. I mean, it kills small things, pumps our big things. Crunch Wrangler. Karok Wrangler. Crunch Wrangler is a different card. Karok Wrangler is quite good, but I feel like the ship has kind of sailed on us being green. You know, we do have this one Mage Duel, but, you know. Alright, so let's take the Lash here. I don't really like that pump spell that was in there, like +1/+1s to everything and all that. I'm not a huge fan. Okay, so these are all three of these are things I would like in this deck. I do kind of feel like we probably want to lower our curve a bit. It's not terribly high, but especially once we cut, like, these. So we don't really... I mean, maybe we want the Rescuer. I feel like it's a more impactful card overall. I think I will take it, and I think it's time to say goodbye to these. We might be able to play the Pledge Mage if our mana allows it. So yeah, there's the Lorehold Excavation and an Illustrious Historian, both of which are pretty good for red-white, but we just haven't seen much. So as an aggro deck, I think the Vortex is fine. I think a lot of people are super down on this card, and I could be wrong about it, but I think at least in an aggro deck, the Vortex is okay, you know, so... So I'll grab another Arrogant Poet here. We do kind of want something like Defiant Strike if we end up in this aggro deck, and it does feel like we are, so... well, this does have Learn. I think it makes more sense than anything else in that pack, but... Ooh, man, that's a late hunt for specimens. I think the people are sleeping on this. It's a pretty nice little card. You know, think of it sort of as an Elvish Visionary. And that's, I mean, that is basically what it is. So the problem with these Arrogant Poets is that in multiples, they definitely get worse. Because we have to pay life for them. So we'll see how many of those we actually play. Yeah, Professor's Warning's not terrible. Hi, Hybrim. Thank you for the resub. Ooh, there we go. That's what we're looking for. So... Killian Ink Duelist is great. He might be the best of this cycle of signposts. Legendary signposts. He's amazing. Right now, we're not doing a lot of targeting, but maybe we'll pick up some more. Yeah. I think the next set is the Lord of the Rings set, or Daimon. Our pack one, pick one, unfortunately... Well, not unfortunately, but it was Mila. Which will play the Mila half for sure. Wouldn't mind this Combat Professor wheeling. We have quite the low curve right now. Okay. Umbral Juke's not bad. Humiliate, pretty nice. Inkling Summoning, another one, wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it is a real set, though, Urdaimon. It's like a regular release. It's just a core set that's Dungeons and Dragons themed. It's not like the, whatchamacallit, the Walking Dead thing. So, nah, I don't really want the squad. We're not doing that well on +1/+1 counters. If we were, I'd think about it. I think I'm going to grab Humiliate. It's a nice discard spell that I can get behind. Okay, so we could take another Pledge Mage or a Mage Hunter. Mage Hunter seems all right. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Mage Hunter over Pledge Mage here. Strict Proctor. Sunrise Spirit's not bad. Might just take the Silver Quill Campus. Makes our mana significantly better. We do have a fair number of spells, I guess, that will actually trigger stuff, so that's good. Yeah, we have 9, so... so that is good. Maybe we just want the Pledge Mage in that case. Yeah, we probably do. We could have had 3 Frost Tricksters in this draft, and I didn't do it. It hurts my soul a little bit. So, we don't make enough pests for Village Rites to be great, but we do make some. Dust Mage is okay, but we're not really that good at the +1/+1 counter side of things. I may just grab another Guiding Voice here. Yeah, I mean, we have stuff to grab out of our sideboard, so Guiding Voice seems reasonable over, like, you know, Village Rites or Dusk Mage or Introduction to Prophecy. Okay, well, Blue-Red looks like it may have been the most open thing around. This is my first time drafting the format, Sen Johan. I guess I'll take another Rescuer. I don't know that I want to play 2, but, you know, we'll take it. Now we can have a third one if we want. All right, now we may take a squad. Well, there's another Inkling Summoning, just kidding. We'll take Inkling Summoning for sure. There's also an Inkcaster, but again, I don't think we're good enough at +1/+1 counters at this point for it to be great. I think I'd rather just take the card I can wish for. All right, this isn't a bad trick for this deck. I think it's what I'm going to grab here over another Rescuer. Silver Quill Campus, you know, so that's good for our mana. I'm not sure we'll be exiling enough to make that work. I don't think we will. I think we'll just take the Campus here. Okay, so are we in a place where we want this exhilarating elocution? I mean, I kind of feel like we might be. We have enough things that make creature tokens. So, yeah, Learn is quite good for sure. I think I'm going to take the elocution here. See if we can make that work. Grab a Crushing Disappointment. Okay, so I think we're doing well enough on 2 drops, although I'm probably not going to play all those poets, but I think another land is probably a little better than Stonerise Spirit there. Yeah, you know, early in my set review, I gave Guiding Voice, I don't think a very good grade, as like a 1-mana card with Learn that does something. But by the end of my set review, it kind of come around on stuff like that, and I think it's probably a C- at least. I think I gave it a D+ in the set review. You played 10 drafts at work. What kind of job do you have? All right, so it's kind of sad we're not going to play the Luca side, but luckily Mila is pretty good. You know, there's not really a good way for us to splash, so we're not going to be doing it. Okay, we probably don't want the Dissector. We're not a deck that's going to be able to take advantage of that especially well. So, you know, we have probably more tricks than we need. Even, you know, we've only got one really good trick payoff, and even then, most of them are cheap enough. That doesn't make a huge difference. This Inkling Summoning should be over here, for one thing. Yeah, Inkling Summoning goes to the sideboard. We have enough cards with Learn that I think that's what we want to do. Yeah. Is there another lesson in here somewhere that I don't want in here? I don't think so. Man, we have a lot of 1s. None of them are creatures. But that's still a weird number of 1s for a limited deck. I think we're going to go down to 2 Arrogant Poets. I don't think we can swing having 3 of them. You know, we really only have 1 way to gain life. So, yeah, I think we'll run 2. Lorehold Pledge Mage isn't going to be that tricky to cast. We have 10 white sources, so I think we probably hold on to them, especially with all these cheap spells that will trigger the Pledge Mage. God, I don't know for an Elocution deck. We probably have to be really going wide to get it done. It is pretty sweet to combo with Killian because it would only cost a black and a white, and that's tempting to try to live that dream, but I think we probably cut the Elocution. Can we get away with 16 lands in this deck? Honestly, the way our curve works, I think we probably can. The way our curve looks, that is. I'd have to cut a Plains, and that would drop us to 9 and 9, but that's not bad. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, this deck looks like fun. It looks like I think we ended up in the black-white deck, which has a few different identities, and we ended up more in like the straight-up aggro use tricks build. like the Mage Crafty build, rather than the +1/+1 counter heavy one. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So we go to 9 and 9, and yeah, let's see how this thing plays out. Looks pretty fun. Got a fair amount of learn, which is a sweet mechanic that I've been excited about. Yeah. How am I liking the card names? I don't know if I have an opinion on the card names. During my hiatus, I dropped all the way down to gold, huh? Well, this is a pretty good hand, I think. Because we can go... Yeah, we got all of our learn, for one thing. Yeah. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, so... I think I'm just going to hunt for specimens here. It's less fragile at helping us get our Inkling summonings. Like, if I play the Poet and try to Guiding Voice, it's a little more dangerous. Plus, having Guiding Voice plus Pledge Mage later is probably a little better. So we're just going to hunt for specimens here. And grab... We could get either summoning. Actually, we can't cast that one. So we'll get Inkling. Okay, shutting this down isn't the worst plan. They have to spend a turn. So maybe it isn't a great plan. Try to decide if I just want to play the Lorehold Pledge Mage here and then start going off with Metalcraft, or just play the summoning and put counters on it. I think putting counters on it is probably a good call. Yeah. Well, that's a little annoying. Alright, so we're going to try to Guiding Voice here. Yeah. See if they do something about that. I kind of hope they don't. Ah, I did not mean to grab that card. I clicked. I clicked when I didn't want to click. Yeah. It's kind of rough. Okay. Well, I think we're going to Guiding Voice again here. Okay, that time I didn't click. This time I'll grab a summoning. And we will attack. And then I'll play Arrogant Poet. Hopefully they play an X1 that makes our start from scratch not look so stupid. Oh, we can't even cast it. Oh, that's really bad. Ouchies. Ouchies. Gotta be careful with my clicking when I learn, obviously. Alright, so we're just gonna take this, I think. We can rummage it away with learn, it's true. We do still have another token spell in our sideboard to grab when we learn, but... yeah. I guess it probably, like, if you're playing this format, it probably makes a lot of sense to take duels just so you have access to more lessons. I mean, in this case, it doesn't really matter, but it could have, for sure. So, okay, so I think I'm going to hold on to the Detention Vortex to help us do the last few damage we need to do. Yeah, so let's attack with both these flyers. Yes. So, wait a second. If we have 6 and then we add another one to the board... that seems pretty good, I think. Yeah, so let's just Inkling Summoning again here. And we'll hold on to this Vortex. Okay, well, that slows our roll a little bit. Alright, so I think we just take this. Hello, Killian. Okay. So, is this the turn I used Attention Vortex? I think it might be. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it on the Vortex Runner and attack for 5 here. Yeah. Let's do it. And then... yeah, I don't have to pay life to do the damage here either. Oh, except I do. Oh, no, Kelpie Guide's tapped down, so I'm good. I'm good. So we'll decline and do 5. And then we play Killian, Pledge Mage. Man, imagine if I'd wished for the Pest Summoning that we would have had. That would have been nice. Instead of the start from scratch. So, our opponent can get rid of the Vortex, but they have to use up their turn to do it, basically, and we're kind of okay with that, so, you know. Drawing a trick here would be quite good between Killian and Lorehold Pledge Mage. If they ever get to 8 lands, I mean, we lose, basically, because Kelpie Guide and Vortex Runners become imposing. Okay. Well, not drawing a trick there is kind of rough. They have enough cards in their hand. I don't really think I can risk an Alpha Strike here. I mean, yeah, they have to assign 2 blockers to Killian, but yeah, I don't think we can do it yet. I think we're just attacking with the Flyers. Okay, well that works too. So even though we grabbed, you know, the funny thing about Lessons is, you know, grabbing one that you can't actually use is bad, but it's a free card, so it wasn't exactly like we played it in our deck, you know, and had to draw it exactly. So it was still bad though. Be careful if you're a clicker, is all I'm saying. Hope people learn that from that game. Yeah, the learn really came through there. I mean, we had all 3... we might have more than 3, but we have at least 3 learn spells, and we had them all. Which was awesome. Thank you for the sub, Don't Give us. Ooh, this could be pretty spicy. If Killian lives, this could be pretty sweet. You know, but that is a pretty big if, so... He's a small little guy. Mage Hunter's Onslaught will only cost 3. Okay, well, we're really going to need to draw another land, that's for sure. Okay. Oof. So, I'm probably just going to kill that, because I don't have anything else to do with my mana. But we can attack first. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and lash this. Would have been nice to have a Pledge Mage in play when we did it, but... There we go. That makes me feel a lot better. So yeah, you can't block, so, then we'll play Silver Quill. We can play the Onslaught, you know, if Killian stays alive anyway. We'll be able to play the Onslaught soon, so... Thank you for the cheers, Smashing Vortex. Yeah, well, there goes our Mage Hunter's Onslaught, I'd say. Yeah. Can't play these Pledge Mages right now. Yeah. That's such a good discard spell. We wouldn't mind getting ours right about now. Okay. All our double white cards ever. So, I think I'm going to attack here. See what they do. They know I have Professor's Warning, so I can't imagine they're going to block, but... Okay, well, maybe they are. Alright, so... Yeah, we'll go ahead and play this and make the Pledge Mage indestructible. And then we'll also give it lifelink. So, you know, our deck does have, as its mana base, 8/8. So, this can happen to us sometimes. It's not the best mana base ever. It's not a horrendous one either, but... Uh-oh. That's not good. Search up whatever you need the most. It's funny, you know, tutors are usually unplayable in Limited because they usually cost so much and are so restrictive. But this one's cheap and not restrictive at all. You can get whatever you want. So it's actually good. That's what you have to do. You have to be Demonic Tutor to actually be a good card in Limited. And not just good, but like quite good compared to unplayable. Like the difference is 2 mana. The difference is 2 mana. That's less than ideal. Hey, that's exactly what we needed. Okay, I'm happy about that. Alright, so we're going to Gift of Estates here. Give this flying. Grab our planes. Play our planes. And then the question is whether I'm willing to trade Killian for Killian here. Or whether I want to hold back. We're definitely attacking with the Pledge Mage. I'm going to offer up the trade here. They have to double block Killian. If they don't, they can't block him. So, yeah. I mean, we are sort of conceding that there's going to be a race, but we're at 27 and in pretty good shape. Man! Now they're going to take Mila away from us. Probably, at least. Mila's actually not crazy good in our deck because we can't play the Luca half, but yeah, it's probably still better than the Pledge Mages, especially in this hand, so... Sorry, Killian, you got expelled. Oh yeah, that's not good. Okay, well, could have been worse, I guess. Okay, so... I think we go Pledge Mage, Detention Vortex, and we may as well attack because can't really block. There's the downside of the Vortex. You know, when we're not ahead, we can't really utilize it that effectively. Now we're getting all the lands, huh? They already know we've got that one, so I'm just going to end my turn. So I can double block Killian and kill him now. They do have this reduced to memory. Oh no, it's a sorcery. So, yeah. I can try to double block and kill Killian with the first strikers. 4 expels is kind of too many to be playing, I think. It's not like... It's a little too situational to cram 4 into your deck. Where are our combat professors? That's what I want to know. Dear Lord. Yeah, we're in trouble here. That Gift of Estate seemed so good, but I think it put all of our lands on top of our library. We can at least hold them down on the ground. Combat Professor is going to start rumbling in the air. Okay. Not bad. Alright, so I think we go with Humiliate here. Take out their lesson. Guess we're gonna go with Flying. So should have probably just gone with Lifelink in retrospect, but yeah. We'll put a counter on the Pledge Mage and attack with it here. Yeah, I think we're okay with this trade. That was a brave trade on their part, given they have no idea what we have in our hand, but, you know. Good Lord. Gonna be hard to come back. I mean, the good news is we're still alive. The bad news is our opponent has a way better board state. So we've got 9 of our lands. It'd be cool to not draw anymore. So the double Pledge Mage is keeping us in this thing in a way that wouldn't be that easy otherwise. Oh, good. This is going to play real nicely, I think. So we go Guiding Voice. Oh, yeah, I should have scryed. You're right. Let's grab Start from Scratch. No, we'll grab our Inkling Summoning. Then we'll cast an Inkling Summoning. Now the question is whether I want to attack with anything here. I kind of feel like the answer is no. Just because we're still holding them down on the ground with these Pledge Mages. And right now, it's not a race we win with Killian in play. So, yeah, I think we just pass the turn. But that was a good turn for us in terms of developing our board. Our curve's low enough that we probably do want to scry in our upkeep. Yeah, so let's do it. Put that on the bottom. Nice. Okay, so... Whoopsies. Play the Poet. This is where the Elocution would look kind of good, I think. Right about now. I'm going to play another land so it's a little easier for us to scry and stuff. They're looking for a way to kill one of these pledge mages, because right now they're a pretty big problem for them. And they're still in better shape than we are, even though we stopped their onslaught. Oh, that's not good. Okay. We're now on a 6-turn clock. Mage Hunter's pretty good. And I think with Mage Hunter around, it might be worth attacking now. I let them learn if they block with the eye twitch is the problem, and I don't really want them to learn anything. Okay. Well, I think we're just going to play Mage Hunter. And end our turn. Like I said, I really wish I had that Elocution in my deck right about now. I definitely should have played a land so I could scry. I've got to get used to these scry lands. Funny thing is, I am a professor, and I said I don't want them to learn anything. They're not in my class, though, so, you know. Yeah, keep rumbling. The 2 discards they had us do has been rough. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Okay. I think I like this. So let's play our combat professor here. And then let's put a counter, not a counter, but give +1/+1 to the Mage Hunter. So I'm okay with them learning if it's not a trade, and so that's probably what's going to happen here, is they learn. Okay, interesting. What would I rather kill, the flyer or the card? Either way, they draw a card off of this, so it does end up kind of being a trade, I guess, which kind of sucks. But if I can get the flyer out of the way, I can start attacking them in the sky is the thing. Of course, they could very easily have an Inkling summoning in their sideboard. But the 3/4 being gone on the ground is also pretty good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should have... You're right. That was a dumb attack. Somehow I was thinking it didn't gain vigilance, but I was 100% wrong. So you are correct when you say I should have done it here. That was the correct move, I think. Hi, Big J. How's it going? Uh-oh. When we're at this low of life, Spectre of the Fens is a real problem. Yeah, okay. I think we lose now. My misplace didn't help, but our opponent really, they really messed us up with the... Yeah, I'll take 3. The discard spells really got us, basically. So 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12. So if I attack and they took everything, they would go to 12. It doesn't really seem worth it, though. Nope. I guess attacking with the Inkling... No, never mind. Yeah. Using it defensively makes more sense. But yeah, I think we're dead. Our, Mage Hunter attack was not good, and our opponent also just wrecked us, so Yeah. So they can do lethal now. Yes. Yeah, so far I'm not sure. There are really good commons in this, but I don't know if they're as good as like some of the commons in Kaldheim, which like Sorrel's Packmate, I don't know. I don't know what gets there in terms of being that good. Well, okay, I think we can keep this. So, do I want to hunt for specimens or arrogant poet here? I guess the poet's the more aggressive play, and I could also hold on to it for lore mage reasons, so... Yeah, that's not so good. Alright, so I think we probably attack and then play Lorehold Pledge Mage. We're going to pay the 2 life here, which, against an opponent who can gain life, may end up not being so good, but I think we still do it. And then we'll play Pledge Mage. So next turn, we'll be able to Guiding Voice and hunt for specimens, which will make this big. Wonder whether I should have just slapped Attention Vortex on this and then played Zephyr Boots. Might not have been a bad plan, because in the early game, it's a lot harder to beat to deal with Attention Vortex. So the Black-Green Skull is Witherbloom. That's not nice. It's really not. Okay, so... Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and put the Vortex on her. Then... I'm going to play Zephyr Boots and hunt for specimens. Summoning seems better than the Pest one here. And then we can attack without paying any life. It's real sad they killed our Pledge Mage, because I think if it had lived, it could have really taken this game over. Okay, so I was kind of thinking about playing a bunch of stuff here. But I kind of think I'm just going to attack, pay 2, and then play Mage Hunter. Yeah, and then we'll play our Mage Hunter here. So Fractal Summoning's not great for us, but it's not a huge problem either. Yeah, I do think they did a great job of designing these color pairs to still feel like the way you want them to, but also, you know, flavorfully, they're different than Ravnica, which is great. Witherbloom's kind of Golgari, but it has more of a life gain focus than it does anything else, really. So, yeah. We're not going to block. Okay. I think we're going to go with Guiding Voice here. And get another Inkling Summoning. Then attack with the Poet without paying any life. Because we don't need to. And then play another Inkling Summoning. Well, I guess it's actually our first Inkling Summoning, but you know what I mean. This may not be as good in this deck as it is in most. You know, because we already have so many flyers. It's kind of like, you know, not as big of an upgrade to put it on things. So one thing our deck could really use probably is more removal that can kill big stuff. We do have one spell that can do it. But I think we kind of count on being able to fly over. Go with a big fractal summoning there. How much do it cost to equip? 2? So I'm kind of thinking about putting the boots on the Poet and then Inkling Summoning. I think we probably will loot, so I think it seems worth it. They're also at 10, so 2 attacks from these is enough to kill them. So, yeah, let's put this here. Attack with both flyers. We are going to decline. We're going to discard that. Then play Inkling Summoning. So we have Lethal in the air. They can, of course, gain life because, you know, they're black-green. So they can do that. See you later, Big Dev. So we're definitely just taking this. I mean, I could block it with a Pest, but it just seems silly. The only thing that could, like, kill us is sorcery speed, so yeah, we're just gonna take it. See if I regret that. See if I forgot about a card that just kills us. Ah, their own Inkling Summoning. That's a little annoying. I can still win here, though. Well, not if they gain life, actually. And they will, so they can sack this to gain 1. I think we probably still try to go for it here. Yeah. I think we move the boots over to our Pest. And then we attack with everything and pay 1. Pay 2, rather. So with Make Your Mark, I may be able to still do lethal here, I guess. So that is 5 damage. It's a question of whether I want to use Make Your Mark here on my own creature. So they can sack both of these pests and go up to 7, and then they would take 6. Stupid Dina is making our lives difficult right now. Alright, so I think we Make Your Mark our own creature. See what happens. So, if they decide to sack their creature here, I don't think we really lose anything. I mean, we get to hold on to our flyer. I guess it could mean they have a way to do lethal or something like that. Alright, so we're going to discard that. Then we'll play our Poet. Alright, can they kill us? They might be able to. We're at 8 and they have Dina in play, so it's very possible. Yeah, we do lose a body that could block for us, it's true. But I think it was still the best move we could make. Because if we tried to do it a different way, it would have been worse. Because if we tried to use Make Your Mark on their... If their creature that was blocking, they wouldn't have sacrificed if I hadn't used Make Your Mark. So, I mean, I guess I could have used it on another creature or something, but it doesn't feel like that was the right thing to do. Okay, so that is not quite lethal. Oh, yes, it is. 4, 6, 7, sack the pest. That hurts. That hurts my soul. Maybe they won't realize. Yeah, not having a body there. I mean, I think being aggressive was the right thing to do. But, yeah, not having a body there was kind of rough. I think you could do it that way, too. Ugh. That's frustrating. Hello, Bowie and Llama. Glad you made it to the stream. They had lethal a couple different ways after they played that frog. Even before the frog, they had lethal. They could have just attacked with everything and then sacked the pest to drain it to do 1 to us. So. Okay, looks fine. So, I mean, so far I feel like our deck has played pretty well. I've made, you know, the mistake with the trick in that last game has definitely cost us. But, yeah. Okay, so let's go with the Killian plan here. Killian's not nearly as good against pests, but, you know. Ouch. Okay, so I'll play our Poet here. Like, I think this deck is like a deck you want to be in this format. Aggressive. Like, I think we built it well. Ugh. That is not good good news for our deck. You know, apart from the complete lack of removal, I think we built it well. So they have plenty of fuel to feed that Woe Eater, so I'm not really sure how we're gonna make it. I think the Poets are fine. I mean, I wouldn't say they're good, but as far as 2-drops go, they're acceptable. This is a beating right here. Like, what our opponent's doing to us right now is a beating. Okay, so I think we probably Gift of Estates here. Yeah. Then I think I'm going to humiliate them just to make our lives a little better. Which of those is a bigger problem? Probably the Inkcaster. Yeah. We have removal. We just don't have, like, a ton of it. We have a couple of lashes and a Mage Hunter's Betrayal. But yeah, we have to draw Mage Hunter's Betrayal, basically, given the board state. I'm getting to the point where I may just have to chump block, but I'm not going to do it yet. Our Professor's Warning could come in handy at some point here. Yeah. Gaining life would as well. Alright, so I think we play Pledge Mage here. Yeah, let's get the Pledge Mage out there. And then just leave up Lash of Malice and Professor's Warning. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah. We could lash our own Pledge Mage. I think that's a very risky way to do things, and I'm hoping I don't have to, but it might be what we have to do this next turn. We'll see. So he is running out of fuel is the good news. The bad news is that once it does run out of fuel, it just draws you a card and gains you some life and goes away. So I think with 2 cards in their hand, it is far, far too risky for us to try to, block. But maybe oh god. Maybe I don't have a choice. Oh boy. Let's try. Does it work? Oh my god, it does. That was a high-risk, high-reward play for sure. We may be able to stabilize now. We are at 4 against a deck that has ways to drain life. But the good news is we have a Silver Quill Pledge Mage in play. So it can gain life, and that's a big deal. So it's Guiding Voice here. I think we're going to put it on the Pledge Mage. And we're going to go with Lifelink. We're going to grab an Inkling Summoning. Gaining the life from the Pest Summonings is a little tempting, but not quite tempting enough, I don't think. Yeah, so then let's Inkling Summoning. So that's annoying. I think we kind of need to hold on to the Lifelinker. The only thing is our Pledge Mage can really hold our opponent back. This Pledge Mage, that is. And the Silver Quill one can't. But not gaining life is a pretty big problem. Like, I need to gain life. It's just that the Pledge Mage is so much more imposing without any help. Yeah, okay, fine. That was mean. That was mean. I think now we just have to end our turn. Yeah. Okay, all the tricks. Alright, so I think we attack here. Because we have Professor's Warning, we can afford to be, like, leaving back 1 blocker here isn't a complete disaster because of Professor's Warning. So now I think we're in trouble. we can't really attack at all now when we're at 4 like this. So, yeah, I think we just have to end our turn. Let's put a stop on our upkeep so we can scry next turn, I guess. Although, I don't know that we want to. I mean, I would love to scry. I'm just worried it's too expensive. All right, so we're going to go with indestructibility here. It's just that if we scry... Well, now we only have 1 trick. I guess it's a little easier now, yeah. So we'll put the hold on... Oh, I had an untapped... Oh, that's annoying. I didn't realize I had an untapped thing. So, Lash of Malice honestly isn't that great here. Doesn't let us kill anything. It's pretty good against the troll if it ever attacks us. But we've already got a trick, and that's mostly what it's going to be. I think we'd rather draw something else. Like that. The reason I didn't is because I'm dumb. I didn't realize I had another campus in play. So, this is a pretty good draw right here. So yeah, they don't have any good way to block this. Oh yeah, they would. They can double block and still kill. Not if I kill the Karok, I guess, with the first strike damage. Yeah. Combat Professor is good news. Got another one in the deck. And that is even better news. So, let's play our boots here. I think we put the boots on... Yeah, I guess we put them on the Pledge Mage. Then we go to combat. Give it vigilance. Can we afford to attack with more than one thing? I don't think so. I think we're still in enough of a bind that we don't really want to. Nice. So I think we lose Make Your Mark for Mila here, obviously enough. Yeah, I do need to remember to scry when we can. Alright, we turned it around. These lands scry, you know? It's something I know, but not something I ever remember. So first draft in the format, okay? I did do a whole set review where I made a point about how those lands scry, but, you know, doesn't mean I'm going to remember. Hi, Scrub Climber. Welcome to the stream. Okay, this hand looks fine. We don't have a 2-drop creature, but we can probably kill something early. They're on the play, so Gift of Estates will do what we want it to. At some point, probably. So, not right away. Next turn is probably when it will do the thing. And we may not even want it to do the thing at that point, so... Ah, interesting, interesting. That's an interesting card. It's such a cool design, but I feel like it's kind of bad and limited. It does mean we need to pressure them a little bit, and so we're going to try to. I mean, this is a ramp color pair, so, you know, it fits, I guess. Gross. so... Oop. Yeah, we want a Gift of Estates first, for sure. So let's gift here. Then I think we Lash and Guiding Voice. Yeah. So let's go with Flying. Then let's go with Guiding Voice. Let's go with Lifelink. Grab... Again, Inkling Summoning I think will be better here. Tends to be. And then we will Lash that. Now we'll get double Lifelink. If only that were a thing, huh? So... we dug a bunch of our lands out of our deck, so that's cool. So, I think both Solve and... in most formats, these two cards wouldn't be good, so it'll be interesting to see if our opponent can show that that's not the case. Right now, we're low enough on creatures, which is a little weird for our deck. Okay, so they're going to make a big creature soon. That's their plan. Okay. Well, I think we probably want to play Mage Hunter. See if they can do something here. Yeah, player Mage Hunter. Yep, so they get a big creature, but I'm not sure that's really going to be enough here for them. We do need to find a little something else, but... So we go Inkling Summoning, give this Flying. Yeah, so they will be dead in the air next turn. We're at 24. So, yeah. I think we attack. Drop them to 7. They may not be 100% dead next turn. With Professor's Warning around, it's a little dangerous. But the good news is, if they play one spell, they're in kind of a problem. Okay, so that's a pretty sweet little play. I'm glad we're at 24. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, so we're going to take the 24 here. I'm 24. I would not take it if it were 24. We're going to take the 7 here. I'm a little surprised they attacked, honestly. So, should I try to just go for a win here? Play Professor's Warning, put a counter here, and give this Flying. I don't think that's a bad plan, but with the amount of mana they have, I'm a little scared. I think we go for it, though. We're going to put the counter here because, yeah. See what they do. If they play a spell, they have to go to 6 is the good news. Like, if they play a spell here. So let's give Flying to our Pledge Mage. I could even get away with attacking with everything here, I guess. They can backswing for 10. We have 1 blocker, yeah. I think we'll get in there with the Mage Hunter, too. Although I guess the Mage Hunter puts a lot of pressure on them. Like, if the Mage Hunter sticks around, it puts more pressure on them, but... See what they got. Okay, good. Well, they didn't change my mind about Strixhaven or Strixhaven Stadium or that tutor. Like, tutoring up that 6-mana spell is a brutal loss of tempo. Like, real brutal. So that's kind of unfortunate for them. Like, if they searched up some crazy bomb, I would have been like, okay. But searching up 6 mana, make a creature token, not so much. It's another good hand. Overall, I felt like this deck has had some real nice hands. I've been pretty happy with it overall. Okay, so I think playing the boots on turn 1 is good enough that I'm just going to do it. The set doesn't have much equipment, but I think there's like this one, there's the pennant, and then there's also the rare one. Like, all 3 of them I think are pretty good. I think those are literally the only 3 equipment, but they're all pretty good. So we could have considered playing the campus there, but the worst case scenario here is that we have to play our tap land, and then we equip our Zephyr Boots to our Poet, and that is what we're going to do. I could Gift of Estates instead, but I think getting Zephyr Boots online here is worth it. Okay, so what do I want to discard here? It may just be the gift. We do already have double white. Everything else in our hand actually like does something, so I think it probably is the gift, now that we drew a 4th land. Yeah, too bad it doesn't also let you loot when your creature blocks like Looter Scooter did. In other words, Smuggler's Copter, if you weren't around for that. So this thing's ability to double spells is kind of scary. That's for sure. So we do want to play a 4th land, I think, more than we want to hold on to it, but I guess we probably should have still looted first. Alright, yeah, so we'll just pitch this land. And then I think we want to play... Yeah, let's play a Lore Hold. I keep thinking that's what I want to do, but I think Silver Quill actually pressures them more. They have a 1/4 out after all, so... It is true the gift gave us more loot targets, but I think having all cards that actually do something to the board when we've already got our mana kind of how we need it is fine. Man, too bad we don't have our Professor's what's-a-who's it. Yeah, that's bad. So they just bolted both our creatures. Ouchies. It is slow, like, to do that, but obviously it's kind of worth it. You can put your opponent back far enough that... Okay, so let's play... I have to tap double white for you, huh? That means I can't Guiding Voice. I kind of think I'm going to play the Poet here. No, I'm not. I think we can... Yeah, we'll play the Pledge Mage. I think it's dying one way or another. It's just a question of how. It's kind of what it seems like. So I can try to do something with Lash of Malice here, but doesn't seem worth it to me. Okay. So, I have a feeling they're going to do something in response to us equipping. But let them do it, I guess. I'm a little scared with all the mana they have. I don't really want to cast Guiding Voice when there's a risk it doesn't do anything. And I don't have to, so I think it's a little better to just attack and then play the Poet. And then still leave up other things. Or maybe just play our other Pledge Mage, actually. So let's loot. Ooh. It's a hard one to discard. I mean, our Lash hasn't been great against this deck. As soon as I discard it, it probably will, but I kind of think that's where I'm going to go here. Maybe it's the Poet. It's probably the Poet. So, because there's a very real risk they double a removal spell. I think I'd rather have them kill a second Pledge Mage than Killian, so I'm just going to play another Pledge Mage. I mean, I guess I could have played around it completely and just not played a second thing. Yeah, that may have been the thing to do. Play around it completely. There wasn't really a good way for us to do it, unfortunately. Like, we had to, if we played Guiding Voice, we would have been in trouble. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to play... How much do you cost to get something back? 2? So they're going to kill basically whatever we play. Yeah, this Prismari deck is definitely awesome. No matter what I play, it's probably going to die. I think trying to outvalue them might be worth it. Like, by that I mean it's not ideal use of Guiding Voice because this is just going to die. You have 3, huh? You do 4. Okay, yeah. So, honestly, I think Combat Professor is going to be a little better right now. I think I'm going to play Killian. I'm going to play Guiding Voice also. I'm going to grab Inkling Summoning. And then I'm going to equip the Boots to Killian. So what they're going to do on their turn probably is sack the Pillar Dropped Warden, get that spell back, kill Killian. Kill Killian. Attack with Pledge Mage. Like, it's probably their turn here, which is a pretty good turn. I can't believe how slow we've been this game. I mean, some of it is... Oh, man. That hurts. That hurts my soul. It is something I can kill with my Lash, so there's that. Okay, so... I'm leaning towards the summoning here. Yeah. And while they're where they are, I think we'll just go ahead and Lash the Trickster. Yeah. Pass the turn. Yeah, Rautha has been quite good here. I think I gave it the lowest grade of all of these. I mean, I still thought it was good of all these legendaries, but it does seem like it does enough. Granted, our opponent... You're just not always going to be able to do what our opponent has been able to do here. But, copying removal spells left and right the way they are is just absurd. But I think we're kind of seeing it line up perfectly. Yeah, I knew they were going to double debate, but I'd rather they kill this. There's basically no way to play around this is the thing that makes this a real challenge. Because if I try to play around it, I just can't pressure them enough. So I think making them use up their resources and all of that is worthwhile. How much more removal can they have, you know? The Pillar Drop Warden combo is brutal. The good news is, we do get an attack in here, and we get to loot. Oh, no we don't, because they have Pillar Drop Warden. I mean, it's a free attack, so I should have taken it anyway, but... Alright, so, we need to remember to scry here. This is wrong. The Pillar Drop Warden plus Rutha combo here is just brutal. It is brutal. We've seen some sweet decks in this draft. We may only end up going 3-3 in the end, but it's been really fun, as new formats often are. Okay. Man, that Pillar Drop Warden making my life difficult. Oh my god. I mean, Mila's not bad. I guess it's fine because it does mean if they decide to double a removal spell again, I get to draw a card off of it at least, but it's kind of not what you want there. So we're going to attack with our Combat Professor. It's a free attack again. I mean, I wish we had a trick. Our deck actually has tricks, but, you know, we don't have one now. Alright, so we play Mila. And then we also play a land so we can scry at the end of their turn. So right now, like, how do they have so much mana? Like, how does this game ended up where it did? Like, they can double elemental summoning. And they haven't even ramped. That's the crazy thing to me right here, is they haven't ramped. They've just, I guess, hit every land drop and had plenty of mana to just keep doing Rutha over and over again. It's been pretty crazy. Yeah. You know, at this point in, like, a format, you know, if this were later and I knew I was going to lose, I would think about scooping. And I kind of do know I'm going to lose. But this early in the format, it's kind of a learning experience. So, yeah, it's much more worth the situation. Yeah. It's like, what can we learn about Prismari here that will help us? Okay, that's not bad because it lets us grab a couple things. I mean, I still don't really think we can overcome what's happening, but... Okay, so... I think I'm going to move the boots. Then we're going to go to combat. I'm going to give the Professor the boost. And attack with both. So we do get to loot here. That's a thing. I I think adding a body to the board matters a lot more. We actually probably want 2 bodies at this point. Yeah, let's look at our pest summoning. Play it. 2 bodies that gain us life, even. Yeah, I mean, our deck's biggest downfall is definitely being low on removal. I mean, you know, we also never draw our Mage Hunter's removal spell thing, but what are you going to do? Well, I already knew this was going to be a pretty good card for this format. Doesn't really surprise me that it's beating us down in a good Prismari deck. It does surprise me that they've had such an easy time making Rutha work. That's the most surprising thing here to me. Like, shouldn't be that easy. It shouldn't be, but, you know. Thank you for the follow, Bana Chisop. Like, how... I would have never guessed it would be... I mean, this is anecdotal, but our opponent has enough mana to cast Rutha, play a spell, and copy that spell. That's just not going to happen that often. I do think we're seeing a very ideal scenario situation play out here. Do I just want to triple block this? I kind of think that's okay, but probably not. Probably better to just do this. So... Ugh. That's real bad here. Gosh, I mean, we have to loot if we're going to have any chance of winning. So, let's go to combat. We're going to give... We're going to do this again. Oh, I guess the Vortex could have let me... Oh, I wouldn't have had a card in my hand then, though, so... Yeah, we're dead. This time they're not going to let us loot, I don't think, because they know that's the only possible way I could come out of this, so... Boy. That was rough. It'll be interesting to see whether we ever see anybody else go off with Rutha that well in this format. I would say... I don't think it's super likely to see it again. Copy like 5 spells in the game and have all the mana ever. Seems unlikely. Alright, so we started the format out with a 3-3. Which is fine. I think our deck in terms of like the aggro plan was pretty good, actually. I just think we definitely needed more removal. That was our big problem, was a lack of removal. So...